7, and welcome to part 21 of my Dragon Quest VIII walkthrough. Right now we're on the ship that's sailing from Port Prospect to Peregrin Quay. So come down off the deck, or onto the main deck, and talk to Jessica. You don't necessarily have to, it's just, you know. Just enter into the ship, into the hold, or below deck, whatever you want to call it. Turn over to here to the left. Get a pot lid. Go over to the right side, behind the wagon here. And then there's a whole mess of pots and barrels to break. And you'll get a seed of agility. And a seed of life. A medicinal herb. And then go over here to the other, right there. And you'll get an antidotal herb. Then go to the final corner of the room. Break the pot for 12 gold and a medicinal herb. Just moving those around in my inventory. Go down the stairs and break the barrel, or the pot I mean, and you'll get 10 gold. And then turn around and go into the other door. Go over on the left and open the chest. And you'll get the bronze knife. Then you can come over here and talk to Trode.
I did it! I did it! I finally did it! Ah, there you are. Perfect timing. I've got something to show you. Ta-da! Looks like a normal pot, doesn't it? But it's actually a legendary alchemy pot. I can see that doesn't mean much to you. Allow me to explain. The alchemy pot is an invaluable tool for making different kinds of items. It lets you mix different ingredients to create hard-to-find items, armor, and weapons. After my kingdom was cursed, I thought it might come in handy, and managed to spirit it out of the castle. But that's not all. I spent night after night trying to get it working again. No, you can thank me later. Right. Well, it's in my carriage, so why don't you give it a try? It's surprisingly easy to use.
Okay, well, as promised, we have now found out what Trode has been working on certain nights at inns. So he's been working on the alchemy pot, and it's an absolutely wonderful invention. And it'll come a lot in handy, I can promise you that. And we won't get started making anything right now in this part. But in the next part, we'll start making several mixes. So now we're about to land in Peregrin Quay. And for the remainder of this part, we're gonna just get some items in the town. And like I said, in the next part, we're gonna start doing some mixes, maybe like 3 or 4 mixes. And I'm gonna go ahead and do them in the town. If you just run in place in a spot in a town or somewhere, it's not the world map that doesn't have monsters, then you can quickly mix this item without actually going anywhere.
Looks like we've arrived. I'll meet you outside town with Medea and the carriage. It wouldn't do to stir up the natives again with my extraordinary appearance.
Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and set up Jessica's inventory, since she's now with us. Start by first of all adding 3 medicinal herbs, like the other characters had. I saw I had 1 extra on Yengus from the calamari battle. And then you can equip her with that one of those other scale shields that you bought a couple parts ago. And the other one we'll be using quite soon for a mix to make her a better whip. So first you can start by going down across the entire town to the inn. The town is on this side of the inn. It's hardly even be able to call it a town, but that's what it's considered, so. On the other door of the inn just leads straight out to the world map, so. If you talk to this thief over here, he will give you an iron nail, which we're going to use. If you remember all the way back in part 2, I think part 2, we got the thief's key recipe, and although you don't need the recipe, if you got it anyway, then you would already know that an iron nail and a bronze knife equals the thief's key. So, we're going to go ahead and start mixing that now, although we're not going to finish it at the time. I'm going to wait until the next part to actually finish it and show you that, and then we'll do a few other mixes. But so go to the alchemy pot, it's in the miscellaneous menu. And it'll bring you to this thing like you're looking into the back of the wagon. So you can choose from any of the inventories or the bag. So choose the iron nail and the bronze knife and hit square and say you would like to start the mix. And it'll start mixing, and if it starts doing that, slow bubbling, and it'll say you're on to something, then that means it's a mix that will actually turn into something. Now, if it's not going to do anything, there's no mix for something, he'll just tell you that it won't, and then it'll pop back out. So now to start getting the items, if you come back into the inn and go over to this cabinet, you'll get a seed of magic. And now you can exit the inn. Go over here to the left. I was kind of a little bit slow and pausing and running around different places when I was getting these items, so just excuse me. Pretty much just break every pot and barrel in town and you'll get the items. Now go over to the right of Priest, which you can save your game by talking to him, by the way, since there's no church in this town. Keep going around there, don't worry about those ones. Break all the pots. See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm very running back and forth and stuff here. I was having a hard time deciphering what I had written down. You should have quite a few seeds by now. If you want to go ahead and apply those to people, then do so. If you don't remember what I said before, as far as who I give the seeds to, I give seeds of strength to Jessica, seeds of defense to Jessica, seeds of life to Jessica, seeds of agility to Yengus, seeds of wisdom to Yengus, seeds of magic to the hero. So that's all for this part. We have all the items now. So next time we'll do some mixes, and yeah, stay tuned for that.